Look at all you lovely people. So, here we are at a Pride's Got Talent semi-final. I'm dead excited. Look, me with the microphone. I feel like Britney Spears. Don't worry, I won't be singing. I'll make your ears bleed. I might pop up for a quick costume change though. Imagine if I come out with a great big python round my neck. That'll be something. Be like London Pride with a splash of Vegas. You couldn't write it. And I've had my hair done for the occasion. Woo! Got a patient who's a hairdresser. I said, give me something special for this Pride's Got Talent extravaganza. This is what she's come up with. She says, it's Bridget Bardot meets Duffy. I'm not convinced. Maybe I'm just not one for a bouffant. Tell you one thing though, it's fantastic for showing off my hoops. Now, as you're all out having a drink and a giggle, you can call me Brandy. But back on the ward, it's Sister Bex. It's not my rule. I'm easygoing about these things. That's our matron, Mary. She thinks it sounds more professional. Now, I've a lot of time for Mary, but she's as mad as a badger and twice as prickly. Like a cross between Kim Woodburn and Hitler. Only with a slightly thicker moustache. And Mary, or Scaredy Mary as she's known, is what you would call old school. Now, being old school, she loves the rules, or rather people who stick with them, which quite frankly is not me. And speaking of which, you, my darling, can call me whatever you want, wherever you want. You're lovely. Is it Jason?
It's Jason, yeah.
Tell me, Jason, are you partial to a drop of brandy?
Always, yeah. Nice simple.
Good answer. You know, there's nothing like a drop of brandy for warming your cockles. Question is though, Jason, do your cockles need warming? From where I'm looking, I'd say they're already piping hot. I think you and me are going to get on, champion. You're fast becoming my favourite. And yes, I'm sure you've all been told nurses don't have favourites. We treat everybody the same. What a load of nonsense. Of course we have favourites, we are human. I know it might not seem it when we're out there, saving the world from a global pandemic. You're welcome. But we do have feelings, and it's only natural that a hot-blooded woman such as myself will go that little bit extra for someone who makes her fanny flutter. Now, one or two of you might be thinking that there's something about me that's not quite right. I'll admit it, strictly speaking, I'm not quite adhering to the uniform policy. I should have my hair up and off my shoulders, but there'd be nothing to flick. And those doctors, they love to see me sitting at the nurse's station, flicking myself. To be honest, nursing isn't what I expected. It's impossible to steal any decent drugs. Almost. And I do realise that people can feel a little uneasy when they hear about nurses stealing, using pharmaceuticals. I'd like to assure you that every nurse's #1 priority, above all else, is to keep the patient safe from harm. It's true. I'll take a bullet for my patients. Be a damn sight less painful than the paperwork if one of them got shot. A stumped toe can set me back an hour in reports. I'd be tempted not to bother with the simple stuff, but you know Mary had cotton on. Oh yes. She's got a special sense for these things. Last thing I need is to be in her bad books again. Onyx, you look a glamorous sort. Tell me, what do you think of these shoes? Do you like them?
Oh, they're amazing.
Yeah. Scaredy Mary's told me off for wearing these to work. Says they're not suitable for a clinical environment. Miserable bitch. She says, I want to see you in something black and sensible. On the look on her face, I could have sworn she meant a hearse. That woman. She knows the code of conduct inside and out. She quotes it at every opportunity. Not that I pay any attention. I've never seen much point in the code of conduct. Surely it's just common sense. Thou shalt be kind. Thou shalt not cause harm. Thou shalt not ride one's patient. Hard and fast. Like a bucking bronco. In a hot pink Stetson. Honestly, it was one time. We all got a little excited that day for the Grand National. Besides, I think you look rather good in that nose bag. But with Scary Mary giving me grief, it's a wonder I ever get any work done. Mary's the reason I enjoyed the COVID pandemic so much. She was shielding, didn't see her for months. Happy days. That and the clapping. Were you out there on a Thursday evening, Jason, clapping for us NHS heroes?
Always. Pots and pans.
I bet you were. Bet you were there with your pan and your wooden spoon, banging away, happy as Larry. Thursday night supper flying through the air with gay abandon. Now you get to see one of us in the flesh. Like a dream come true, eh? Have we got any nurses in? Oh, we've got one there. That does surprise me. I don't think we could afford to leave the house after that last pay cut. Do we do NHS discount here? I tell you, that was one thing about the pandemic. It certainly put us nurses on the map. We had offers and discounts coming out of our ears. I came away with subscriptions to a meditation apps, year's membership to a car club, and it was 10% off at Morrison's right through. Finally, it pays to be a nurse. The best of it was these lovely care packages sent in from local businesses. Honestly, I don't think a day went by we didn't go in when there was a great big box of soaps, hand gels, other toiletries. Obviously, after our day at work, there's no better way to relax than to go home and wash your hands. And these boxes had always been made up of mostly generic, handful of fancy bits, and then one or two expensive items for everyone to squabble over. Often wonder what it'd be like if the local erotic stores had got involved. Everyone would get a flavoured lube. Handful of people would get something a bit more exotic, like, I don't know, set of nipple clamps. And then all the senior nurses would go off and have a meeting over who'd get the 8-speed squirmy router. Christ, that finished Mary off no end. Speaking of which, I better get back before she sends a search party. So, pretend it's 2020. You're in lockdown. It's 8 o'clock on a Thursday evening. Come on, get clapping for your NHS hero.
Oh, put your hands together for Brandy Bex!